ain't never gonna get no ice. And all we want is chips, ring fingers.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the AFC West. It's the Wizards and the Raiders on Monday night.
Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Tonight, we wrap up Week 3 with a good Monday nighter here between the Orlando Wizards and the Las Vegas Raiders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and CD, you look at our quarterback matchup in this ball game, that's where the focus naturally gravitates, and I think we have a fairly interesting one here.
And both of them have terrific ability to improvise, and that means when the first read's not there, how quickly can you go through your progressions? Can you hang in there and take a shot as you release it? Can you buy time outside of the pocket? Can you pull it down and run if need be? I think we'll see all of those traits on display in this one.
And we are underway here in Las Vegas. Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
You almost feel privileged, partner, every time you get to see him run out in the field to start a game, because every game, every snap, you and I both know he has potential to do something special, and that inspires his teammates as well. They know how incredible he is. They want to give max effort as well.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards, a first down. Big article in the paper this morning talking about how they wanted to get chunk plays in the run game. Well, early on, there's a good one.
There isn't for guys on defense. They've got to remember the old adage. You've got to meet force with force, and if you don't, you get run over, as they did on that last play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll set up a throw. Buying time to his left. And his throw's going to be elite. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 30-yard line. From the gun, he'll hand this off to about the 26 here. 2nd and 6. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders 16. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. They run it. It's Charles. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Wizards are on the board first here in Vegas.
This is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you're really out here in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. Get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And a touchback here as Walker will sit on this one.
So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
They begin the drive on the ground with Allen. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
16 yards right off the bat.
Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early two-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And a touchback here as Walker will sit on this one. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They start the drive with a give to Allen. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 2nd and 4. And his throw is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll drop the throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Pat O'Donnell on now to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. Orlando takes back over on offense. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start. On the ground. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They're going to look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Orlando with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's 2nd and 8. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gonzalez. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, a 22.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Looking to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate Big plays for an offense.
They'll try to run this one in, and he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
So, partner, was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes our score 17-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raiders heading out to take over. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
To number 87. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll run with Allen.
6-yard line.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
On play action, they'll throw. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the first down to go along with it.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the ball comes loose. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
They go play action here on 1st down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Complete to number 5. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 39-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a 1st down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
A gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 46-yard line.
Back to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up second.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. About 3 yards there to the 27. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
27-yard line. It's a gain of 3.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Complete to number 1.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Touchdown! A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Wizards are able to add on to their first half lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Butker on for the PAT. And the lead is now 24. So that drive in total 8 plays.
Raiders nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Allen. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41.
This offense back to work now late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
If your sympathies lie with the defense, you understand how tough it is for linebackers to run with a guy like this. He's going to slip out of the backfield and then work in the middle of the field. And sometimes those defenders get preoccupied with other people moving, and he finds open space and makes a nice play.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Wizards will extend their lead here just before halftime.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Butker now to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. They'll throw now on the final play. Airing it out deep for Woods. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Houston Texans. Russell Wilson, 3 touchdown passes as his guys stay unbeaten on the year. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for our visitors in the first half. And our statisticians gone through a couple of pencils already. This offense is on pace for potentially 500 yards in passing. That's pretty incredible. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
And a touchback here as Walker will sit on this one.
Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. And that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Here's Allen. And he is going to lose yardage here. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route.
And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Back to throw. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Jackson. Calling a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and goal.
They'll run. This is Allen. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Raiders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is down to 24. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
They'll look to throw.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack.
And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Now a carry for Allen. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
Now back to throw. Over the middle here to Brown.
And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
He'll drop to throw. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Raiders take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6.
Well, the lost sleep that the defensive coordinator had all week preparing for this game, a good portion of it was trying to prepare for him because he's absolutely a phenomenal player.
And a lot of times around the goal line, they know it's going to him. It's just so hard to stop.
And that's where it really becomes difficult because you're exactly right. They know it's going to him, yet they still can't stop it. That tells you when you're a dominant player. I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
10 more there and another first down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll set up to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. A handoff as they run the counter play. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Raider D, they get the football back. Now a play fake here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They'll look to throw here.
A quick throw knocked away.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Out of the gun now on third down. Going for the deep ball.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up fourth down.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge out to the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
Complete to number 32. 2 yards on the pickup.
Back to throw here.
At the 43-yard line.
Just keeping the play alive. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
They'll drop to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this one is incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Well, at this stage of the game in the 2nd half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a 2nd straight loss. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. of the gun. They'll look to throw. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This will be caught by Brown.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
As this
and it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the defense. There he goes, left side. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, and a great play for that defensive unit. Butker on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. It wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
He finds his target, Allen. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it ends with a Robert Woods touchdown reception.
Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for our visitors, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll get another road date next week.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings.